Well, there's one Scarborough man who can truly say that the Force is always with him. Here's Shaw TV's Cindy Dexter.
Ah, that familiar music. It was an awfully long wait for Star Wars fans, but finally, the moment arrived. On May 19, 1999, The Phantom Menace opened in theaters across Canada. The theme had already inspired 2 generations since the legend was born 20 years ago. Also back then, in a galaxy not so far away. And exactly 1 year later, one of Star Wars' biggest fans was born. 21-year-old Scarborough native Mitch says he's been collecting memorabilia for years. And so as he grew, so did his collection.
My parents deny it, but I really think that I was conceived at a drive-in while my parents were watching Star Wars, so I think that's where it all came from when I was a little kid.
No, I don't think that was the case.
Well, in any case, events leading to this began early in life. Just look at this stuff, from birthday gifts to Christmas gifts and so on and so on. Now that's what you call a room with a view.
Like, it's a snowball effect. I just get one little thing, I gotta get more, I gotta get more. And now it's just grown into this massive plastic in my room here.
But it's not just plastic. It's pop cans, videos, posters, artwork, and CDs. Murray says even though it may look like he has everything imaginable, he's actually very selective.
If I like it, I'll get it. If not, I'll just leave it on the shelf and walk away. Like, I don't have to get everything. It's just what I want.
Most of his collection is from the first trilogy. Unlike others that rush to stores for first pick of the new movie merchandise, he says he can wait for that. But he couldn't wait to see the movie and was determined to be one of the first. He finished a proud 4th in line for premiere tickets at this Scarborough theater, but to achieve such honor required an overnight stay, a total 21 hours in line. Was it worth it? Murray says absolutely.
It's not so much getting the tickets because the show wasn't even sold out, but we waited there for really nothing, but it's just the whole experience of being there because, like, how often does something like this happen? Like, it's not like with Star Trek where they have new shows every week. Like, we only have 4 movies, and like, this is a big thing to us.
On opening day, he went to see the movie dressed as Darth Maul. He had the robe, the skull cap, and even the makeup, which, by the way, he did himself. This artistic talent is something he'd like to make a career of, preferably in animatronics, so he can create the characters he collects. And out of this entire collection, the most treasured piece is not sold anywhere.
My ticket from the first time I ever saw it when I was a kid. My mom somehow saved it. She gave it to me on my 18th birthday. And she taped it inside an old tribute magazine from when it first came out. It has a cover, it has Star Wars on the cover, and it says the 3 titles. It has Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Revenge of the Jedi, which was the working title for it, but they eventually got rid of it. It was inside that, and she also cut out the timetable out of the newspaper for me, so she gave it to me all in the frame.
I'm kind of a sentimental person. I keep things like that, and I thought, well, I just tucked it away thinking that maybe someday he might like it.
That was good motherly intuition. After seeing the movie, she says she remembers her young son asking for everything Star Wars. Now that it's a big hobby, she remains supportive but doesn't like to add up the cost.
Sometimes I've thought, oh, why is he spending more money on this stuff? You know, like, if you looked around, he could probably put a down payment on a house with the collectibles that he's got, but I think why not? You know, maybe it'll be worth something really, really important someday.
And that will take some time, but he already knows at least one item in his collection is hard to get.
Actually, like, I'm on the internet, like, finding out about all the Star Wars collectibles and everything all the time, and there's been a lot of buzz lately about this one specific Empire Strikes Back coloring book, and on the cover there's a picture of Luke, and that's the only place that you can find this picture anywhere. It's not in any of the archives or anything, it's just on this one coloring book. And my uncle picked this thing up, and he just saw it was Star Wars, so he bought it for me. It was like 50 cents, something like that. And I looked at it, and the thing's from like 1981, 82, something like that, and it hasn't been colored in at all. It's in perfect condition, and it's the same coloring book that everybody's after right now because it has this one picture on the cover.
He has seen the film 17 times so far. He says it has taken that long to form an opinion. He discusses scenes with movie fans all over the world via an online gaming group titled Guardians of the Empire.
We have people that are part of it that are all over the world. We have people in the Netherlands who haven't even seen it yet because the movie's not even out. So we got to really tiptoe around what we say so we can't ruin it for them.
There are no plans to sell anything, only to rearrange a few things here and there. His friends also think his hobby is great, and he's glad no one has said otherwise.
I'm a little self-conscious about it because I'm afraid some people are going to come in here and say, oh, you're a loser, get out of here. But actually, nobody's ever done that. It's always been positive reactions from people. So it's really gratifying.
Murray is waiting patiently for George Lucas to release Episode 2. And while you may think he's a bit obsessive, who knows? 20 years from now, his efforts may be worth their weight in gold. From the famous Players Coliseum in the Scarborough Town Centre, I'm Cindy Dexter for Shaw TV.